Hey everybody, it's Brian again. In light of all the questions and all the things that have come up with the FTC shutting down one of the more prominent, recognizable network marketing companies in the industry right now, I get the question all the time: is Vemma a scam? And I'm going to tell you right now that the answer to that question is no. Vemma is not a scam any more than any of the other 200 product-based network marketing companies that are out there are a scam. Vemma is not a scam. However, Vemma has been the victim of a culture in our industry that we've tolerated and allowed to grow and allowed to propagate, and that the federal government, frankly, has just grown tired of. And they're starting to punish the industry for it. And Vemma, unfortunately, despite the fact that they have great leadership and they make products that people really love, have been the victim of the government's finally reaching their threshold for this. And what I'm talking about is something called internal consumption. Okay, internal consumption says that the only people using the product or service inside of a company are its distributors. This is rampant through our industry right now. The average customer to distributor ratio is 2.5 to 1. There's 2.5 customers for every builder or business owner in our industry right now, on average, across the board. Okay, this is abysmal. This is pathetic. And it's terrible because it's gaining the attention of the federal government, because the federal government does not like this. What this really says is that only really the distributors or the business builders are buying the product or service. And why that's a problem is because that's basically the definition of an illegal pyramid, okay? If only the business, and I'm not suggesting that Vemma is. Vemma is one of the better ones. That's why this is scary, guys, because if the government can rule that Vemma was a pyramid because of their customer to distributor ratio, there's a lot of companies out there that are going to be in deep poo-poo because their customer to distributor ratio is worse, okay? But the average across the industry now is 2.5 to 1. 2.5 to 1. The reason why this is a problem is because it means that only the distributors are buying the product or service. And so what that means is that if your business is built on this kind of ratio or lower, then if you have 100 builders, you got 100 people on auto ship. So, you got 100 builders times one auto ship. Essentially, that equates to 100 units of sales every month, okay? But if you lose a builder, then you lose that volume of sales as well. Well, we all know in this business, if you're not a master recruiter, if you got to ratio something like this, you got to be a master recruiter, because all of the funds are going to come from the sale of products or services. So if the only people buying products or services are the distributors, then you got to be able to go out and get a lot of distributors if you want to move a lot of products and services. If you want to have a volume of products and services, which is what creates your residual income, you got to have a large organization if your company has a ratio like this. And so what happens is people that are not recruiters, that don't know how to build large organizations, don't make any money. And they get tired of not making any money, and they quit, and they leave the company. When they leave the company, they stop buying the auto ship. So that means every time you have a builder leave, your income goes down as well. Because internal consumption now creates this. Now, there's a solution, though. If you look around the industry, you will find companies like the one I'm involved. The company I'm involved in has a 400 to 1 customer to distributor ratio. Customer to builder, customer to recruiter. Okay? 400 to 1. That means if one of the recruiters in my business leaves, there's still 399 paying retail customers spending money on our service month after month after month after month. And that's where real residual income comes in. Your residual income has to be tied to the customer, not the distributor. Or long term, you lose. If you want to know what a company that is set up the right way looks like, you can click on the link below. It'll take you to workingwithbrian.com. I'll give you the full blueprint of our company, how it works, and whether you decide to get involved with my company or not, it's kind of irrelevant. I want you to understand these ratios and these numbers and why they are critically important. So the answer to your question is Vemma a scam? And the answer is no. But the reason why Vemma got in trouble with the Federal Trade Commission is because of this. Because of this and because of this, because of the ratio and the fact that it equates to internal consumption. And I'm telling you, the government is coming for the rest of the companies that are operating with these types of ratios. It's imperative to us as an industry now that we look to find a company that has, I would say on average, you'd be safe if you found a company that was 20 to 1. If a company had a 20 to 1 customer to distributor ratio, you'd probably be okay. So if you look for 20 to 1 or better, you're going to be fine. If it's anything under 20 to 1, you're going to be in big trouble. And if not just financially, because of the government. I hope that helps.